No. Well, hello.
Good
day. And welcome.
111.
Oh, that's a good message for all of us.
Yeah. We came on the right.
Yes, exactly. Okay.
Oh gosh.
All right, let's see who's joining us today, Vera.
Okay.
Now, if you weren't here with us last night, we had an awesome candlelight chat.
Wasn't it nice?
Yes, it was. It was about relationships. So you can check that out. And then we also, on our website right now, we have our podcasts that you can check out if you haven't already heard them. And one was about the Taurus energy that is happening this week. And
you don't have to do that every time.
I know.
I'm saying hi for both of us.
Yeah. And then also Vera's meditation that you did was
You can
really,
show Sophia.
Really
I don't know
awesome.
why they're not letting you show her.
I wonder why.
Hi, Sammy.
Well, hello, everyone. And
I'll be the greeter.
Else?
Don't worry about it.
Was there anything else, Vera, that we have going on? We have an evening with Angus, and that is going to be really cool because it's on Zoom. So you can be anywhere, and you can still join us. So you can check out all that information at Soul's Enlightenment. Hi, Nana. Okay.
Chrissy, that's my job.
Okay.
Joking.
Was there anything else?
Besides that, no.
I think that's it right now.
Yeah. And, just to reminder, if you ask a question, and it really should be on the comments so that we can, because they've been all over the place.
Oh my
and
gosh.
And we miss them.
I know. They're well, we're getting emails.
Yeah.
We're getting them all over different social medias. And I mean, that's understandable.
And also in services. And that's why I'm trying to explain that please, if you go to the website and it's under services, that's not where you put your questions. That's for pay. That's for readings and other services that we provide.
Yes. And, I'm glad you brought this up. Because one of the things that I'm noticing are some of the questions are almost like a full reading about all this information, and it's a lot for you to be able to have to get into. So anyway, this is more of a brief answer, and if you'd like more in-depth information, you can have a full reading or one of Vera's other services. You get more information there.
And also, if you've asked a question before, please allow other people to get their questions answered and be more patient, because if you've had a question or two answered before as we're getting busier, then please allow other people to get their messages. So it's not just because you ask a question that I'm going to answer it, because we're doing the best we can.
We have a lot. Which is a good thing.
It is a good thing.
So we appreciate the questions.
Yes,
it's always good. Okay, so so one of the first things that we wanted to mention is really interesting, because we've noticed that, and it comes up from questions, right, Vera, about different individuals who are in the spiritual field.
Well, tell them the question first.
Okay.
And then they'll understand.
You remember the question better than I do, really.
We've had a couple of people asking, why is it that we only have, and they really like what we're talking about, right? They really love our show and that kind of thing. But hi, Meat Weaver, and also in Libra's, well, awesome. Chrissy, you're not doing your job. When I'm talking, you do that.
Okay.
And also, I'm not pushy or anything. Not an Aries at all. But they're saying that there's other people that are doing what we kind of do, and they have over 100,000 or 11,000 people on their show, and they're just wondering why that is, and it's like, well, I don't know. I wish they would all come here, but one of the things that we were kind of talking about this morning and came to maybe this kind of realization, because I started going on those shows that were recommended to me, right? A couple of them anyway.
Me too.
And
checking them out.
It's really, it's not like I'm not putting anybody down. Everybody has their own path. If if you how do you say it, resonate to those people, then that's your path, and you you can take a pick of whatever it is that will make you whole, right?
Right.
It doesn't have to be one solid thing. And that's what Gnostics are, seekers of knowledge, right? Or seekers of truth. So
Right.
your truth. So, but what I noticed on just a few of them, not all of them, I'm just giving a generalization, they seem to be more about come to me for the answer.
Yes. That's
Which
what
is-
I noticed too.
Yeah. And I mean, I'm not saying that's bad or good or what, but we don't do that.
Right.
And that's what I was telling Chrissy. I wonder if it's like, because we're more about empowering you. Not that they aren't, but it's more like, come to me, I'm the answer.
Right.
And we have a philosophy that has a lot of answers that we want to share with you. But we want you to use your power.
Right.
Not just come to us for everything and what we say is what you're going to believe. That's not what we're about. Not saying that they are.
No,
I'm
but
just the other people. I'm just saying that that's what it seemed like it could be.
right. Yeah, because
I don't
that's
know.
what I
I'm-
noticed too. I noticed that myself when I was watching someone and they had that it was like you just said perfectly, that they had all the answers for
Like
them.
I'm the answer.
Right. And that's one of the things. You're right. I mean, that's what we want to be about is that, like with our dream class, there are universal symbols. But even with that, what we were talking about is that it's still how you interpret it. So it's really in your hands. That's the thing. We got this request about the election coming up. This is a great example. And somebody had wanted a prediction of how it was going to go.
Mm-hmm.
And it's so interesting because we've asked Angus about this, and what he's saying is, it's up to us. This is a great example of empowering us. Because you have pointed out, if he was to say, no, Trump's not going to get reelected, then none of us, maybe some of us wouldn't vote, and then it doesn't happen. So that's a part of empowering us to be a part, to activate, to create it, right? And so, anyways,
Well, we haven't asked. We don't know what he's going to say, but still,
Right.
if that were to be the answer,
because what he's talked about, well, yeah, he didn't say that,
yeah.
but he's talked about that we all need to pull together to create that to happen. So,
And there comes the empowerment. It's like,
right,
I could tell you, but what are you going to do?
exactly,
And that's why you want to have someone that you can go to for whatever may be their experience. Like we have over 30 years experience, right? Well, is it 30?
oh, it's more than that.
Oh,
together.
Pretend like it's 30. But anyway, doesn't matter. It's just the experience we have and we'll share.
Right.
But you have to be able to utilize your power within.
Exactly.
That's what I'm excited about.
Yes. Yeah, because
And then we're not doom and gloom, like, I don't know, there was one of them that, yeah, it was just interesting. But not putting, that person is probably trying to help just like we are.
Of
And
course,
that's their
and
way of
it's
doing
an
it, not
intent that's-
putting them down. It's just
Right.
not what we want to do. And if that keeps us at 1,200, then
and that's okay because that's what we really
that's
believe
who-
in.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we believe that.
But I do want more.
Yeah,
to share,
definitely. Yeah,
really
of
share.
course. Because the more people we can reach, then the more empowered that we can all
Mhm.
bring each other up. And that's one of the things that we really aspire to is we want for you to feel free and feel empowered to make your own choices and decisions.
Mhm.
And we really like also. If we don't have the answer, then we're going to help you to find what's best for you.
Nana.
I
She's
miss
so
it.
sweet. Nana, she said, you two have given me all the personal validation that I need to validate and trust in you two. For me, you two are the only ones that I would listen to and believe in.
Aww, that's so nice.
But we want you to believe in you too. You
Yeah.
too. And then Mindful Goddess Revolution, welcome. How do you know what your power is?
Oh, that is a great question. Because one of the things that we're talking about right now is like your personal power.
Mhm.
And when we first started talking about power years back, I didn't really know exactly what that meant.
And it's so simple, it's right there.
Yes. And for example, last night when we were talking about relationships, we were talking about retaining ourself in a relationship and not giving all our power away to someone else to, like, for example, make decisions for us or to control us. That would be an example of your own personal power. So I'm not sure if that's the kind of power you mean.
Well,
But
she's saying I'm so confused on this inner power stuff.
well, another example would be just in the quote that some individuals want to have power over people, and others, like we, want to empower others. So that would mean bringing other people up. So
The other is more like, you can't do it without me.
right, and that's why
dangerous.
that's what is feeding into this. That's why I brought this up, because of what you just said. When people are saying you have to go through me,
But I'm thinking she's really, I believe, tell me if I'm wrong, you want to know how to access your inner power, because that's where some people like, well,
what does it
what is
mean?
it? Like somebody asked me, like, how do I raise my vibration? You know, because, but we do it daily. It's just, we just don't know it. It's so simple. It's just there innately in us. And it's just like you, Mindful Goddess, whenever you were, God, how do I say this? You were a healer in a past life also, but not just because of that, you helped people to find their own way as well. That's inner power. It's not just like, I want to be able to be good at intuition. That's inner power, yeah, but inner power means how you're helping others, how you're filling yourself up to help others.
Right.
And we all have it. It's all in there. Like you saved somebody's life that was being persecuted. They were being stoned. And you stood in front of the young woman and stopped the crowd from stoning her.
See, now
that's inner
that's
power.
a perfect example, because
And you did that.
You might still be afraid, but you're not allowing fear to control you.
Right.
That is your strength to say, "No, I care about this person. I'm going to protect them." And
Well,
that's
she didn't even know who they were.
But that's what
still,
I mean.
yeah.
Yeah, and that's where your power comes up. I mean, just talking about it, it's like wanting to fight injustice. That's a great example of your personal power, and it can be for others or it can be for yourself. Of, no, I'm not going to allow this to happen to me anymore. I'm gonna do what's best for me.
Yeah.
It's in many different ways. It can be just. It can even be like with so many bad things or negative things happening around you, and you still have the inner power to be able to smile or to be positive through it. There's many different ways that it can show, but that's a great example.
Yeah.
Because that was her past life.
Yeah. And that's in you.
Is exactly right.
That's in you. And that
that's
doesn't
why,
go away. It may be hidden right now, but it's there.
Yeah, that is so interesting that you say that, because I was just thinking about that this week.
Oh yeah?
Because when I was trying to figure that out,
I get so excited when
I
talk
know.
about this stuff. But
When
we're
I
both
was
going.
when I was trying to figure that out for myself, I don't even remember. I think it was about my strength or my power. It was something like that. And Angus on the other side, through Vera in a trance, he was telling me that it's always been there. It was just sleeping.
You know, I just thought about this. There was somebody that told me back in the day that you can never make it without me. And without even thinking,
Oh my!
I automatically said to myself, how did I say it? It just was there and it left. You can't make it without me. I went, watch me. In my head. I didn't say it to the person, but I went, watch me. And then afterwards I thought, watch me. I know I can't make it without this, kind of thing. But that was the first initial, and that's your inner power, even though you may stuff it down because of
Amen,
things that come into your head. Yeah.
I remember that same thing was said to me about this person. It might even be the same person. I don't know. Maybe it was a different person. And I remember thinking, I mean, of course, sometimes you might go through different fears or whatever, but I remember thinking, I don't care. I am leaving.
Yeah.
leaving.
Yeah.
So it was a different.
It was a
person.
different
okay,
person,
different
yeah.
situation. But oh man, yeah. So that's awesome. So that was your inner. That's a great example of her inner power right there.
Yeah, that's
Love it.
definitely your inner power. Mindful goddess, yeah. Hi, Tat K.
And that's really cool that you are asking that question because it is within you and you want to.
And you know what's so interesting, and I really
bring that
love
up now.
when people ask, "What's my inner power?" You know they have it, because somebody that doesn't give a crap is not going to ask.
Yes.
So that's when if they ask that, I'm just like going, yes, because they know they have it.
It's that part of them that wants to be acknowledged or be,
Well, to know that
up.
is that what you know it really is.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Not that the person wants to be acknowledged.
No.
I mean, sometimes we have something within us that we might not realize that we have
Until it's acknowledged.
Yes, exactly.
I know what you meant.
Yeah. Came out wrong.
No, it came out right.
Okay,
I just
good.
did a different analogy.
Yeah. I really like your example though of how you're like, watch me.
Yeah.
That makes me want to get up and
I know.
go do it.
Yeah.
I love it. Okay, this is really interesting. Speaking about past lives.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, wait. What's Sophia saying?
Yes, it is. She wants to know if it's Angus.
Yeah.
Evening with Angus. Yes.
It is this month, May 23rd, I believe. Okay. So
Be there, be square. No.
This is so interesting because we've been having, more that we're getting out there, the more people that we're getting comments, and some of them are.
Oh, can I say something before I forget? Oh no, remind me at the end.
No, tell me now.
No, I just wanted to say really quick that another one of our soul tribers, our prayers were answered.
Oh, that's awesome.
Their cancer is gone.
Oh my gosh!
I mean, they did other things besides prayer, but they're thankful for the prayers to give them the strength to.
I wish I had some confetti.
I know, isn't that nice? So thank you, everyone. Go ahead.
That is so great.
Yeah, go ahead.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
This is so interesting. So we've been having more negative comments, more positive, but more negative too, right? And then some of them, one person stood out to you because they did not like or they don't believe in past lives. I think is what it was, right? Mm-hmm. But you guys, this is really interesting because...
Gave me a quote from the Bible.
Oh, that's what it was? About how there is no such thing as reincarnation, basically, right? But there are quotes scattered that are, and a lot of books that were left out. And so you check out the Gospels, the Gnostic Gospels, or... Okay, that's a side story. But immediately, you got a past life on this person.
Should I tell them?
I just think it's fascinating because it shows where that non-belief or that skepticism comes from. And I have a good example too, but I really want to hear about this person first. So it was a person that had left a negative comment.
Right. It's just saying that there's no such thing as past lives or reincarnation, and did a quote from the Bible.
Right.
Hebrew
so
something.
Interesting.
Yeah. And I mean, I could have gone, we have like a whole page of quotes from the Bible that believe that there's belief in reincarnation. Anyway, so what I got on her, or him, whoever they are, you can never tell, is that they were accused of being a witch in a past life and were tortured horrendously. You know how that is, the way that they did it. But they did not kill her. It was a she in that past life, the woman. They didn't kill her, and she was so traumatized by what she went through that it's almost like, I don't want to say Stockholm syndrome, but she started believing in what, she just joined forces with them because she was so afraid of that she was going to be tortured again. And she was a healer.
Oh,
so that was even like, so it was so traumatizing for her that she actually started helping them turn and get women kind of stuff.
Yeah, you said that she started helping the witch hunters.
Right.
And started doing it to other women.
Yeah, just like, saying,
this
one is, yeah. But then after that, lifetime after lifetime, she's tried to be able to stand up for that belief system that she had before, and that she hasn't been able to do it.
That was fascinating to me. Yeah, you were saying that every life she tried, to stand up for her convictions.
I didn't get that this person was a bad person. You could feel a goodness, but that's the way they believe. Mm-hmm. So everyone has their own path, as I've said 500 million times.
Yeah, that's so interesting.
So it makes sense as to why they don't.
Yeah.
Now.
And it was interesting too because you were mentioning it, and it's true that the louder, the more angry or an angrier a person is, the more afraid.
Yeah, it's fear. Yeah, it is a fear-based situation.
It's so interesting.
Yeah,
isn't it?
Yeah. So, and it's not like they're bad people. It's just that's just how they believe, and it's something that they've got to work through, and we've got to work through because we pass like ships in the night, right?
Right.
But it's just like if you don't believe, that's fine. Don't believe, go on your way, but help people your way. Just leave us alone. I mean, we're not going to change our philosophy.
Yeah.
I mean, I've had how many years to decide whether this is the one for me,
But what's so interesting...
But we'll listen.
It's so interesting, though, because it shows why some people don't just go without wanting to cause it and saying, no, it's not true, because
yes, you.
I'm now a witch hunter.
Yeah,
kind of basically, right?
Yeah, but it was
of course, and that's the thing. But yeah. So you were saying yes to Sophia.
Well,
yes,
she was saying, do you sign up at Souls Enlightenment?
Yeah.
Yes. .com.
So I had an example too that I really wanted to share because I thought this is a great example. Okay, so it was a person that I had been dating, and he basically, I realized we thought opposite on everything, and he didn't believe in God. I didn't know that in the beginning because his card said mind, body, and spirit. He was going to be a doctor, so I thought, oh wow, this is cool. It's all connected. I believe in that. But then as it turns out, he was studying to be a doctor, and actually he didn't believe in that there was a spirit or a God, that anything happens after life, this is it. And so basically he wanted me to go to live a secular life and to be with him. But I can't not believe in God. There's no way, after everything in my life, that I'm going to leave what I believe and love and know is true, right? But then, okay, so basically I broke up with him. But guess what it was from? He was so against religion because he had a past life during the quest for the Holy Grail. And he went for, I don't know, maybe it was 2 years or something, with all this battle and all these fights after fights. And do you need a...
I need a lozenge or something.
Okay, I'll be right back. So he was fighting, hold on. I gotta tell him this story.
Sorry.
There you go. There you are.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay. So he was super, super close, and it was his brother in this lifetime, but in this other lifetime, they were like brothers. And he had lost him in one of the battles, and all these men around him had died. So at the end of his life, he was basically, he just broke down. He was, after this big battle, he was dying. And he had lost all hope. And he had lost belief in the Grail. He didn't believe that there was anything that they were even fighting for.
Exactly.
And he just completely lost that. He felt like it was all for nothing. And that's what he still carried and into this life.
Like Bill Maher.
Like Bill Maher. Now, what's interesting is that you did a past life, but we did a video on Bill Maher. So if you haven't seen it and you're interested in this subject, you can just go look for that video. But it was the same thing with him because it was so traumatic for him in that life that he had lost his wife, and they believed so much that he was all in that God was going to save his wife from this major illness. And it didn't happen. She still died, and then he just totally left it. So he's carrying that, and he has it in this life, that same...
And he doesn't like marriage. It's out of his mouth, not mine.
That is just amazingly... That just makes so much sense, doesn't it? Mm-hmm. It's like shining the light. Right on it, Vera. Okay.
Then we started talking. This was all this morning. We had a different topic, and we're going. No, we're talking about this.
Yeah, that's right, Tad Kate. We're gonna do a video that's gonna come out in a couple of days, and it'll be about the angels of inspiration and creativity. So she asked about that, and we didn't. I promised her it was gonna be this one.
Well, and I promised Crystal Dolphin, but it's gonna be on a different one.
Right. Okay. So then another thing came up. Do you want to kind of tell them? Because you know this story.
Oh, I don't know if you guys have seen the
I haven't.
documentary on Nexus on Netflix. It's a cult.
Okay.
At first it started, of course they say it didn't start out as a cult, but there was this man that started this organization, and he started getting, people coming in, but mostly women. And the women that, from what I saw, the women that he had a core group that were like his women, right? His, I guess, posse, if you want to call it. And he had a name for it, but I can't remember what it was.
It's a woman posse.
But these women were educated. They had money. In fact, they gave him all their money. They had nothing. Gave them all their money. Worked for him for nothing. So his business started thriving because they were good business women, right? And he must have had charisma or whatever you want to call it. Mm-hmm. But then he started getting where he was having sex with the women. And then...
And you said that he was God.
Oh, yeah. It started out that he was talking about whatever it was that he was trying to get people to believe in. But then he started saying that he was getting messages from God. Then he started saying, I'm God. Mm-hmm. God told me I'm God, kind of thing. Mm-hmm. So these women really got, ingrained.
God told me I'm God. Wait.
I made that up.
Oh.
But it was I'm getting messages from God, then I'm God. So
yeah.
But yeah, and then he started branding these women. And well, he didn't actually do it. He did the first lady.
Physically branding them with a hot iron.
Branding them. And it was like a 45-minute ritual where he would brand these women in their pelvic area. Well, actually, it was like in the groin.
This is insane.
Yeah.
This is like a bad written movie.
And this one lady that had left the cult after that, she was still branded. She went with it. She went for it. But then after she left, but only because he was making them drink something, these women.
Oh no, here we go.
And the top 3, or I don't know if it's there's 2 women or 3 women that died of cancer.
And they were the ones that were drinking.
That were drinking.
Not everybody was drinking, just the ones that he wanted to off.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's in prison right now, but yeah.
Good,
yeah.
I'm so
But
glad.
there is still one lady that's still there running the cult.
Oh my gosh,
yeah.
Wow.
So that's what I'm talking about. When somebody starts saying, I'm the answer, I'm only the answer, run.
Exactly.
Because there's only one answer, and that is in your higher power. It's whatever you believe in. Like we believe in God, Mother and Father God.
Exactly.
Whatever it is that you believe in. Because we're like, really the information you can garner from what we do is non-denominational.
Exactly.
Right?
Right.
But, yeah, no, it's scary. And, I mean, it's not people that were, uneducated or... It's just interesting.
Okay, and then... you got to hear this. All right. So last night we're watching this show. It was like an expose. Mm-hmm. And what happened was there was this woman. Basically, I'm just going to get straight to the point. We're going to skip all the stuff. There was this lady, and she got together with this guy who, he was doing the same kind of thing. He was very charismatic and in a religious thing that he was starting. And then he was getting all these messages about people who, this is nuts, but he was getting messages about, like, okay, that people in this woman's life had been taken over by zombies inhabiting their bodies or something.
That's in Idaho.
And then
it's a cult right now in Idaho.
Okay, so what he was saying is, like, if he wanted to control this woman, which he did, he was saying that the people around her were killed and their bodies were inhabited now by demons or something. And she believed this, and a lot of other people were believing this stuff and were killing these people, her kids, who are still missing, but you know that they did it, right? And other people around them, his wife, her ex-husband, you know, all this stuff. But the reason I wanted to bring it up was because, I couldn't believe it. Some of the things he was saying, thinning of the veil.
He was talking like what we talk.
Past lives. We've talked about thinning of the veil, and we've talked about past lives. So these were some of the things that this guy was saying, but then was talking about all this craziness about killing people and that they're being inhabited by demons. And so I was just like, okay, wait. There's a vast abyss of difference here. This guy is talking about
but and he even talked about being above his body.
Right.
And I just talked about that yesterday.
Yeah, but we're not telling people this evil stuff.
But,
yeah.
But what I'm thinking though is if somebody that doesn't know our philosophy
saw
that
right
and then heard us, it would be like, whoa, they're saying the same thing.
And that's the reason why,
except for the zombies,
that we wanted to bring it up is because no matter what field or area or position that we have, there's always going to be the good and the bad. They're going to, I would say we're good, and I would say that that's definitely bad because they're literally killing people. So it's the same as like with parents. You have so many of us that are, try the best we can, and then you have parents that are literally hurting their own children in the sense of sexually, right? Or priests. I mean, look at the Catholicism. Catholic Church has done so much good, but it's also there's been times where it hasn't done good. A
lot of bad.
And then there's been amazing priests that have done nothing and nuns that have done nothing but give to others. And then there's been others that are predators. Mm-hmm. So the reason that I'm bringing it up is because that's a good example of how there's always going to be bad and good in everything, right? But not to throw, like you always say, the baby out with the bathwater. Mm-hmm. So it's just a huge difference. We don't want to control people. We just want to offer bits of information and philosophy.
And they don't do it right away. It's a gradual thing.
Right.
That they start indoctrinating or whatever you want to call it. And also, they also start with volunteering, like volunteers helping them. Then it comes to where the volunteers are actually doing work that they should be paid for. Mm-hmm. And they're using them. And they have nothing, so they have to stay there. Right. But they're really into it.
There's different cults that are doing that, for sure.
And then you have Louise Hay.
I know.
I want to leave it on a positive because Louise Hay, oh my gosh, whenever I went to do feng shui training and our graduation was, you got to go to her house for graduation. The woman, she was, and I know is on the other side, amazing. She was all about it. That's why I just like empowerment, helping other people. And I know she's not perfect. She's a human being. But from just being in that space, you can feel that she really, walked the talk.
Right. Yes.
And you've been to her warehouse.
Yeah, I did.
I never got to go to the warehouse, but
I went to the office where everybody was at the Hay House headquarters, and it was just so positive. It was like, and that's what we believe in. We want to create, because we've experienced the opposite, where it's been control and fear. We want to create where all of us have value. Yeah. That all of us, like the round table, everyone has their own unique take, and to find your own way, and that not just one source for the answers, but to share.
And then the way she brought women up and it made them authors.
See, that's exactly it. That's empowering.
And not just women, but that's how it started. She wanted to empower women, and then, of course, men got to, if they had their worth, she would have them in there as well. Yeah. So it was just, and she's just, I love her.
Yeah, me too.
I do.
She's awesome. Mm-hmm. For sure.
I heard about The Handmaid's Tale. I haven't watched it. I'm gonna do that. Hi, Susan. Yeah. I heard that was really good, though.
I'm trying to read fast.
We can speak and get with answers from Mother, Father, God, or Spirit. Yeah, and I know it's saying it's like really easy, but sometimes people have a harder time doing that because it's not something they're used to doing. It just practice makes perfect.
And that's the thing. It's like
Just
that's
keep doing
what
it.
we're all about, is that we want to acknowledge that within every single person, we all have that direct connection to God. It's not just one person that we all have to go to for the answers or whatever, right? But all of us, and you can talk to Mother and Father like you were saying, Susan, that's perfect.
And you have to put in the work, and that is it. And a lot of times people just want you to tell them what it is. But then you don't, it's that same concept. You can feed them, but teach them how to fish.
Exactly.
That's the concept that I like.
Well, and that's a part of the journey. Sometimes we need someone to teach us what is my power? Why am I feeling this way? And then we find out through you and Angus, it's a cell memory from a past life. I mean, we need answers to help us along our path. That's what we're here for. That's what Angus and God made angels to help each other. So it's not like we just go on our own way. I mean, we walk together and learn from each other the whole time and help each other and lift each other up. Mm-hmm. So I mean, we do find our own way, but we do help each other along the way. I would never be here feeling as good as I feel about myself right now if it wasn't for you and Angus. I realized that many of the answers that I needed came from messages, and sometimes I had to figure out what it felt like. Mm-hmm. I can hear power all day long, but not until we feel it sometimes.
Exactly.
Do we know? And that's where getting an answer really helps, because when you connect us with our past life and what power felt like in that life, like for her healer life, with our friend, where is she? She's up here.
Moon goddess?
Yes,
oh,
Moon goddess, mindful goddess.
Mm-hmm.
Then she's like, okay, then she remembers how that feeling is. And then we can start to feel it in this life, because I didn't know what it felt like. So that's where the healing, we help each other with our healing process and our learning process.
Exactly.
Awesome. So yeah. So I just wanted to say, we're still a part of the journey. Whoopsie, it's in the way.
Oh, I missed, wait, go down a little bit. Where the...
Right there?
Cat K, where was it? Oh, I don't know who's a lost soul. Okay. It was too far up. I don't know.
Oh, they're probably talking about some of these people that we were mentioning. Maybe. Anyways. Okay.
Yeah.
So we wanted to just share a little bit about controlling versus empowering. And we just want to...
But I've been getting a lot more people telling me that they didn't realize how past lives can really help. And I'm so excited about that. Because now they're saying, I've never realized that there was more to it. And now knowing my past life and how I am in this lifetime, it makes sense. And it helps me understand myself more.
Exactly.
That's like gold to me.
Exactly. See, that's the point of this whole thing. Go ahead.
But besides, we do still need to pay bills. Yeah. That would have been
But that is what is so exciting, because it's not just a novelty. It's real life application of taking something and applying it. That spiritual knowledge and applying it to this life. Practical application. It's very cool. So what's Roxanne saying?
She said, Vera, Chrissy, our soul tribe been through 3 events. I'm learning from you guys. Aw. And then Ireland with Angus. He's Scottish in that life we had.
We were in Scotland.
And Joan of Arc, and now. Yeah.
See, that's so cool.
Yeah, but it was Scotland with Angus, Joan of Arc, and now. Yeah. Pretty neat.
Yes, very.
It is. It's so exciting, especially when people really start understanding where they didn't before. Because we've been so... Once we get into the school system and we start talking to our friends, and they're like, my grandson. There was, he grew up with what I believed in, and comes to me after first day of school and goes, Grandma, there's no asthma. My friends say I'm crazy. so you have to explain to them and all that stuff. But that's where they start hearing different things, and it's like, no, that's not the way it is, and it's different. That's weird. That's scary. Then they start like pulling back, or not. But he did.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but he still has it in there. I know it. I know it's in there. Yes, Scotland.
Yeah.
Not that Ireland's bad.
Yeah.
But that's where we were.
Exactly.
Yeah. And guided meditations work for some people, and other people, not so much. They'd rather just,
get
do
the
it
answer.
themselves. That's true.
But that's okay.
That's true too.
Because, and this is, this is truly what I believe is that, and feel, and have learned for myself, is that sometimes we need the answer, and then we take the answer, and it's what we do with it. Mm-hmm. We apply it. We experience it and feel it, and take that, and it can really help to heal us. So we might need to have an answer from Angus, from Vera, what have you, but then you still are empowered with that information. Because Vera, how many times have you told somebody something and they don't do anything with it? Like, oh, that's nice, but I still feel like blah, blah, blah. So it depends on what they do with the information, right?
And then later on they'll go, God, I wish I would have listened to you. But as
true.
I said, some people have to learn the hard way. And that's okay too. That's how they really get it, so that they don't have to go through it again. Mm-hmm. It's just the ones that you keep doing it over and over that's kind of like bam, bam against, But that's their path too. I mean, you can't put people down for it.
Yeah.
But I have one birthmark I can do really quick.
Did you just get it?
Yeah. How long have we been on? Oh,
well,
it doesn't matter. I can't look that far. And it looks stupid me going. Okay. So Samantha Garcia.
Okay. Samantha, can I read her question? Mm-hmm. Too bad I don't have my glasses. Let's see now.
It's very short.
Oh, thank you for doing that. I have a heart-shaped birthmark on my knuckle. That was short.
That's it.
Okay.
Okay, and what I picked up for you is that it's your hand. It was Native American life, but it was where everything was a verbal. It was handed down verbally until they learned how to start writing things down. And she was one of the first ones that started writing things down to remember, to hand down to the next generation.
Go ahead.
So say there was an elder that was telling about the different things that they learned from another elder, and they're passing it on to the tribe, right?
That's awesome.
Well, now, as soon as instruments started coming around where they could write things down, or a way of remembering what the elder said. And this one wasn't actually with even letters. It was more like signs, like symbols and that kind of thing at first. But she was one of the first ones that was able to write down how do you say it, from past generations, what their tribe believed in.
Like, beliefs, legends.
Yeah, whatever it is that they wanted to keep alive. Because it was all verbal at first.
Wow.
But then it started getting to where they would write it down.
That's amazing.
Yeah, that's very cool. So that's why you love your hand, because you were able to put those symbols down to remember and still have that memory of, because she was one of the ones that was told, and she was one of the ones that was going to give it to the tribe, right?
That's really important.
Yeah, but then learned how to do it to remember. And to keep it handed down to make sure that it stays the way that the ancients told it.
Wow.
Because, interpretation changes between different people, right?
Yeah.
So that's why the Bible was not written by God. It's infusion to man. Man wrote the Bible.
Yeah. And sometimes women, but we had to change the name to be a man name.
Yes.
Women are supposed to do that.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, back then, right?
Yeah. So that's that.
Was there anything
else?
else?
Unless they have anything. Nope.
Okay. All righty. Well, thank you so much for joining us, and we love you all, and stay safe and
empowered.
There we go.
Enlightened and empowered.